Yo, 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 yo. So, today is gonna be that day. We ain't stopping till the cows come home, cuz. Like dead motherfucking ass, cuzzy. We ain't stopping till the sun go down. Yes. Yes. So, until then, we are going to keep this thing going. And first things first, I just want to play a quick little song real quick because I need to. Um, what's this doing? Oh, it's downloading. All right, that's doing this thing. Let's come over here. All right, here we go. All right. I want to say thank you all for coming to Club Velvet. We're going to keep this vibe going. All right, that was a good song, but now I gotta find a song to go with this joint here.
There was a moment when you actually said you gave up. Surrender is an outcome far worse than defeat. I won't tolerate that kind of weak behavior from a Saiyan. Never forget what you are, damn it. Where is your Saiyan pride? Wipe that smile off your face. Is that your only goal? You think it ends there? Think about the next threat. In a year, or 5 or 10. Or think about your pride. If Saiyan blood flows in your veins, if you're my...
What is that? Looks good. What is that? It's okay. Is that cool? Sounds good. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing. I ain't gonna hold you up. Girls be like, oh no, I got a mom bod, I got a food bod, I got a.
actually said you gave up. Surrender is an outcome far worse than defeat. I won't tolerate that kind of weak behavior from a Saiyan. Never forget what you are, damn it. Where is your Saiyan pride? Wipe that smile off your face. Is that your only goal? You think it ends there? Think about the next threat. In a year, or 5 or 10, or think about your pride. This Saiyan blood flows in your veins. If you're my... It's funny because I always see him in my views, but I never see him in my likes. They don't ever comment. They don't ever share nothing. They don't ever pull up the nothing I got going. Stop telling these folk you fuck with me, bro.
Stop telling these folks.
Stop lying to these people telling them that you fuck with me. You don't fuck with me. You just sitting there waiting and watching to see if a nigga gonna fail. And guess what? It's funny because I always see him in my views, but I never see him in my likes. They don't ever comment. They don't ever share nothing. It's funny because I always see him in my views, but
It's funny because I
never
always...
pull up the nothing I got going.
Stop telling these people you fuck with me.
Stop lying to these. You fuck with me. You don't fuck with me. And to see if a nigga gonna fail. And guess what? It's funny because I always see him in my views, but I never see him in my likes. They don't ever comment. They don't ever share nothing. They don't ever pull up the nothing I got going. Stop telling these folk you fuck with me, bro.
Stop telling these folks you fuck with me, bro.
Winning. It's funny because I always see him in my views, but I never see him in my likes. They don't ever comment. They don't ever share nothing. They don't ever pull up the nothing I got going. Stop telling these folk you fuck with me, bro. Stop lying to these people telling them that you fuck with me. You don't fuck with me. You just sitting there waiting and watching this.
Stop telling these people you fuck with me, bro. You don't fuck with me like that.
Yo estoy aquí, cantando afuera tu balcón. Yeah, we stole my...
Hey, Maven. What up, Blue? Jesus Christ. I just be here. Jeez, Nightingale's here, also here. Jeez. I'm over here doing stuff over here. Shucks, man. Um, man, I got something for you guys this evening. So definitely make sure you definitely come through tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yes, please make sure you make your way out. Got something great coming. Wonderful. Hello, Maven. How you doing?
Hey, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. It's a wonderful afternoon. It is evening, actually.
It is. That's what I was asking. And you were off in La La Land playing
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
I love
I'm over
that
here.
though. I do that same thing when I'm like in a room. I think I'm by myself and I'm not paying attention to that chat. I'm there.
Shoot, I'm sitting here, uh, posting about a new podcast that I'm going to be doing here on Podbean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I, me and I don't want to give up the the co-host's name just as yet, but
Oh
we
okay.
talked about some things, and so I was like, well, I ain't got nothing to do today. You free? Bet. So we gonna do a pilot episode. We gonna see how it go, and we gonna go
Sweet.
from there.
When is that?
Tonight at 8 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay. I like.
Yes.
There's another show that I was gonna go to tonight because Mr. Raw's birthday. I think it starts
Oh.
at 8 Eastern. Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Wow. It's
Now I feel divided, split, as it were.
you know, you're welcome to tune in anytime. You can come and go as you like.
You're just trying out a you're trying out a pilot, see if it'll work, huh?
Yes.
Cool. Well, I wish you the very, very best, and I will try to stop by.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. We got to support each other, right?
That's absolutely right. Definitely make sure you follow Club Velvet the podcast for
Already
all
done.
dates. I've been posting it, so if you would like, you could comment, you could share. All those things mean a whole lot to me right here at this moment. So, Maven, if you manage to make your way on over, thank you. If you don't, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being excited for this new venture. I'm so excited about this.
That's cool. Really. I just joined your fan club.
Thank you. Now you'll be up to date. Which I need to post more in the fan club, but we will
Hey, Liam.
take
Liam's
one.
saying love from Ireland.
Well, thank you for being here from Ireland. We the appreciate you being here. Definitely. Um. So yeah, I'm excited for this uh next upcoming. I think it was the grievances show that I had earlier, which sparks the person's uh let's do a show together. Sure. I'm always game. So, I had to ask the right questions. You want to keep the show the same name? You want to keep it Club Velvet? I was like, I'm down to rebrand. Um, I will continue to keep doing Club Velvet because that's my union dedicated smoke break time.
Oh, yeah. Union dedicated
So
smoke break is good. That's why we need unions.
exactly. I'm union for the right kind. I'm union to make sure that my employees, my constituents stay high as they possibly can. Because when you're not high, you're not having,
Yes, sir.
you see what I'm saying? When you high, you
Amen.
the day, everything is bliss. Somebody say something to you out the way, you just look at them and be like, I'm finna go take a union dedicated smoke break. I'll be back. You see what I'm saying? You know how that works? They can't get mad. They can't get upset. They just be like, wait, so this person literally I was just they was just serving me. And because I said something that might have made them feel some type of way, they told me that they're gonna take a union dedicated smoke break. Right in the midst of our transaction. Yes, yes indeed.
That's a little bit stressful out, right?
Yeah,
Hey, but you got to know yourself, right? Sometimes you do just need to take that smoke break.
got to. When you ain't smoke break, some ain't right. Some ain't right.
Dude,
I need to.
I got a question for you. There's
Sure.
times when you should really take a dedicated smoke break, both for yourself and for whoever else you're dealing with at the time, right?
Yes.
Like, but sometimes when you need to take that dedicated smoke break, you're all wound up.
Right.
Like, do you have any tricks for like figuring out, like stopping yourself from doing, saying something when you should really just be standing still or whatever?
Um.
Like, you know what
You
I'm
know,
talking about?
I do because like there's times where I have impulsive nature.
Impulsive, that's one way to put it. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. And so once I be able to manage that and just stop and just stare, like the song says, stop and stare. I think I'm moving, but I'm going nowhere. That's exactly how I need to be. Like I'm just stopping, I'm staring, and it feel like my body moving, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected. Like that's where I need to be when it comes to situations like that. But I ain't there yet. I got some work I need to do.
So, like, do you have any people in your life that can say, point out that you're maybe starting to lose your cool without having it? Because, like I know the worst thing to hear for me if I'm getting upset.
hmm I think, um, I think I did have one. I did have one person who would, but then at the same token, when they could potentially stop me from going really high, like getting overly emotional. Uh, Now I'm far beyond like reasonable. Like, and I guess it takes that person that gives you that space to be open and vulnerable about whatever's going on in your head and in your life. And at times the person would, but then there's times when the person just wouldn't listen. So um when people have this space to kind of unload whatever's on their mental space, that's when uh I would say you will find a person that can, let's say in the heat of the moment, calm you down when you know you've gone too far with um shucks. Let's just say, an interaction with somebody at a gas station. And that I can honestly say, I can give you an example. I can give you two examples of where having somebody there, well not necessarily there, but just having somebody talk you out of the situation goes wrong. And I also have a story where somebody is talking you out of the situation where it goes right. Okay. So uh situation number one, I was dealing with this female, and me and her were really close, we're really tight or whatever. We talked all the time. It was obviously a long distance phone relationship. And so um I remember I went to this gas station to get a lighter, and the cashier at the gas station was like, well, I need to see your ID. And make a long story short, immediately go off on the gentleman. I didn't even think twice, but I had the person in my ear like, dude, calm down. Like you ain't gotta talk to them like that. Like you could calm down. But no, me, nah. I turned up. I turned up so much that the guy at the restaurant was like, I'm finna call the police. I was cussing him out because I'm like, bro, like I got everything to prove. I'm over the age of like
21. I even got a tattoo on my arm with my birthday on it. Like, I'm clearly over the age of 18. I got facial hair to prove it and everything. But he ultimately had to do his job. And me being impulsive, I got angry. So that's that. So then I have another instance where I was with a buddy of mine, and because I listened to him and calmed the fuck down, my life was spared. So, it really in both of these situations, granted both of them are totally different as far as a person being upfront in your face versus them being over phone. But nevertheless, like, having that relationship with a person who can talk you down, regardless if it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife situation. It could just be, a best friend or a family member or something like that. Like, as long as you have that connection to where they could literally come and talk to you and tell you out of line, and you respect them for telling you that you out of line, because sometimes we are out of line. Yes, sometimes in certain situations it is other people, I will admit, but then there's times when it is us who are out of hand, out of control, being impulsive. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna do this because I don't give a fuck. Okay, well, because my buddy, he gave a fuck about me, he came and told me about myself, and so since then I had to slow the fuck down. So it's good and it's bad. I always got a positive and a negative too, like all these things, because that's how my brain works. Because I'm
Uh-huh.
always analyzing, like, my own personal behavior. Now, do I do a good job at observing other people's behaviors? Not really, because at the end of the day, I don't care, and not like I don't care to the point where it's like I just oblivious. Like, I just don't put a whole lot of emphasis on what people do, because people do all kinds of shit. It's just recognizing that, oh, this person is treating me this way, so either I still deal with you on the same level, or I don't deal with you at all. It's like how some people that I know that say, and it's not a bad thing. Either I'm all the way or I ain't all the way. You know what I mean? So I'm learning how to adjust and be mindful of those individuals who I entertain and who I give my energy and space to. Because not everybody is for you. Not everybody.
No, it's true. And you're never going to please everybody either who shows up, whether you like it or not.
hmm
So,
So basically, um, Lim, Liam. I hope I said your name right. If I did, I apologize. Um, I'm just really just having a conversation. The Maven asked me a question. I'm just answering it. I've really just been vibing, but I'm quite curious as to. Uh, all right. So Maven asks, "How old are you?" You say you're 22, but can easily walk to a shop and buy a lighter at 14. True. You know what's crazy? Is in America alone. if you don't have identification for certain things, I mean, it hasn't happened to me in a while, but usually they will ID you for tobacco products, cigarettes, um, alcohol. You know what I mean? Like they ID in America versus in other countries like England where they don't ID you at all. They don't even ask for a fucking ID. They don't even give a damn. So, um, with you being 22, you can come to America. They still gonna ask you for your ID. If you look, and this is the crazy thing, if you look younger than 40, and it's like, well, I don't look younger than 40. I still look like I'm in my early dubs. Like, not at all do I look like I'm old. Okay, I put you like this. Here's a picture of me, my older brother, and my niece, right? Now, if you know me, you know me. If you don't know me, then obviously you ain't gonna see me. But obviously you see my face, you see my crazy looking mug. I'm the one with the hat on. Look at that face. Do I look like I'm anywhere close to 30? Pushing mid 35s? Fuck no. I still look like a fucking baby. They got a baby. Shit. I'm just saying. Like, shit crazy. And only in America, bro, do they ID you. Cause in the other country, they're not IDing you for alcohol or tobacco. For what reason? What I need to ID you for? You look happy as shit. I don't know. I look quite fuck, fucked up. Which I've been doing that quite frequent. I just be getting high all the time. Ain't nothing better. I need to figure out what my brother is saying. Give me up. Man, you also know something else.
Yeah, and now they like scan your ID. They don't even just look at it. They gotta like fucking scan
They got
it.
scan that money. Yeah, that shit crazy.
So now they got your ID with whatever you're buying,
Yeah,
so that
exactly.
they can associate that shit. I really get upset about those kinds of violations of my privacy. It's none of the government's business what I'm buying.
Exactly.
Actually, frankly, it's none of the store's business either, frankly, if I'm giving them my money. But they track all that shit. Makes me angry, so, you know. Duke, you still with me, man? Because I can't hear you. Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
can you hear me now? Oh, there we
Now I
go.
can. Okay.
All right. So what
Sorry,
I'm saying,
I get paranoid. I have abandonment issues, I guess.
no, don't worry. Sometimes I be doing so many things on my phone. I need to stop. I need to stop at times and slow down. But
Yeah, yeah, that's
um,
good. Stop and take a breath.
yeah,
A deep breath full of cannabis smoke would be good.
yeah. Wait, that's what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be. Yo, man, where you at? I'm trying to smoke.
Do you know when people quit smoking and they get all antsy or whatever, whether it's tobacco or cannabis or whatever, I think that part of it is like breathing is a meditative thing. And when you're smoking, whether it's tobacco or cannabis, if you're smoking on a joint, you're like doing some breathing in and breathing out, some real conscious breathing. And if you stop smoking suddenly, you stop having that regular activity of the breathing in and the breathing out, and you forget that.
Yeah,
How much just even breathing in regular air can make a huge difference in your life.
it's true. That's why I say to people who don't smoke when they come to Club Velvet, if you don't smoke, can you breathe? Can you inhale oxygen?
Yeah.
As long as you inhaling oxygen, while you here at Club Velvet, you will catch contact. Okay, just inhale through the mouth, inhale through your nose, blink your eyes a couple of times and let it hit your eye sockets. I mean, just let it just do a whole sensory overload while you in here. You ain't gotta directly smoke, but you gonna catch contact, and that's the goal. What up, facts? Got facts up in here. So defo.
Totally. So, hey, do you know anything about like breath work or breathing stuff? Like, because I've heard some things and I'm just curious if any
Um,
of them have anything to do with anything or if it's just a whole load of hooey. So, like, one of the things I heard is when you're breathing and you want to maintain some of the energy that's in your body instead of just dissipating it, if you breathe in through your mouth like you're breathing in through a straw
hmm
and then breathe out like you're fogging a mirror, like from like the back of your throat, but you're sucking in like you're breathing in through a straw. So it's like, and then you're going like you're trying to fog up a piece of glass or mirror. Have you heard that?
I have. I've also heard this guy say that we breathe incorrectly. And I'm like, what do you mean I breathe incorrectly? So we are supposed to breathe in through our nose, which that means we inhale through our nose and exhale out of the mouth. When you inhale through your nose, your diaphragm is supposed to expand because that's a muscle in the body. So that's supposed to expand. And then when you wait, I said that wrong. When you inhale through the nose, your stomach expands. When you exhale out of the mouth, allowing the diaphragm to push the air out of your mouth. And that's exactly how you're supposed to breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, because when you do yoga, that's one of the things that they say. Breathe in through your nose, out through the mouth.
Yeah.
Inhale, exhale. And that's how you do proper breaths. So I do catch myself being mindful of how I'm breathing, and but then again, I'm also talking a lot. So uh one of the things growing up, I grew up in church. And so one of the things that you would hear the pastor in the pulpit do a lot of it, like breathe through their mouth while they're talking, which in turns you would think it gives them more, I don't know, more energy, I guess, to say whatever they gotta say. But it's like, no, just breathe through your nose, out through your mouth while you're talking. That makes sense.
But you can grab a lot more air all at once if you breathe in through your mouth. And I think some of those preachers are that's part of what they're and they use it kind of as a rhythmic kind of, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of part of their style of speaking. Some people who do that kind of preaching, right? Where they're like get grasping in a whole bunch of air.
It's like I would say because I I understand I used to do it, but like I I've caught myself doing it at times when I'm just talking, then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like I'm like and it's
Like
like
you forgot to breathe for a minute.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Lord. So, but
Well, I would say one of the things you can do if you quit smoking and you need something to kind of supplement your standard breathing regimen, like your unthinking breathing regimen, a good thing to try and do is to do some singing, because that also forces you to control your breath and when you're breathing and when you're not.
That is absolutely true. That is so true.
Especially if you're singing something like I would never try to sing Beyonce, but some of those crooners really you have to take a deep breath before the beginning of some of those lines. Some rappers too, same thing. You really got to take a deep ass breath before the beginning of that line because you're not going to have time to breathe during the line.
Exactly. Like if you think about Eminem, how fast he raps,
Oh
it's like
yeah,
you'll get one, two.
yeah, right.
She's only got two words. I'm already out of breath, Eminem. What the? Boy, slow down, bro. Wow.
Totally, totally. Like Maroon 5, some of those songs too.
Oh,
That
yes.
guy, that guy can breathe. Holy
Yes.
shit.
He got lungs of steel. That's what
And he's
happens.
like little too.
Yeah. But that's what happens when you actively take the time to work on breathing exercises. Because, I mean, I used to sing in the choir when I was younger. And
Yeah.
one thing that they never did was kind of vocally get us ready, work on, breathing. I think I did majority of my breathing techniques while I
Yeah.
was in dance, because it ain't like you could take your mouth off of the daggone mouthpiece
Oh
and
yeah, for sure.
and catch breath. So I had to learn how to learn. I had to learn. Wow, I said learn. I had to learn how to learn,
Do
which I
we
did.
do have to learn how to learn? That's nothing wrong with that.
Which is true. That's
That may not be what you meant to say, but it is true.
right. So my teacher, he taught us how to circular breathe.
Oh yeah, you know how to do circular breathing. What instrument did you play?
I played the trombone, and so
Trombone. All right.
yes, which I need to get back into it because I had lungs. I mean, I had lungs.
Oh, I
Needed.
bet trombone is no joke. That
No,
shit, that's like
no.
a sousaphone is maybe bigger.
Yes. And so having to play that instrument and march at the same time, it's like,
Oh
holy.
yeah, for sure. Marching band, come on.
So, yeah, I learned some things. I learned some things. Let me tell you. Now, Fly, why the hell would you get in my fucking tea, you ignorant bitch? I'ma still drink this shit anyway. So I'm not a drop. Lord, I can't. What the? But yeah, I mean, shucks. Having to sit there and then like like I said, that was the most I learned how to like properly breathe. So it's like, all right. So if I play this instrument, and then I also ran track too. So running track,
Oh shit.
it's like you gotta breathe through your nose,
You
out through.
do. What was your event? What was your strong event that you like to do?
Uh, so I
Doesn't
did.
matter if you were good at it. What was the one you like to do?
Well, I didn't like doing the 1500, but
Oh shit, that's a long ass. Yeah, that's long.
yeah, hell yeah, it's long. It's a half. It's like a quarter of the track. Well, yeah, about a quarter of the track, and then three more laps after that. I'm like, why would you make me do this?
Yep.
And my track coach, she was like, because you are the fastest person on the team.
Oh yeah, nice.
Now, granted, I was the fastest person on the team, but if you would have saw me in on the track meet, you would have thought I was the slowest person on the team.
Why is that?
Cause I ain't run hard. I jog. Like literally like a nice brisk jog. I had stage fright then as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, real bad. Like I would have really did great if, you know, I didn't have stage fright because I was like even the kids on my team, like they was like, dude, bro, like, why are you so fast? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I just put one foot in front of the other and I just keep it trucking, keep it moving nonstop. And so we would we would literally, well, what I would do is how I train and how I condition. I would find the fastest person on the team and I would potentially catch up with them on the track. And by the time I caught up with them, like they ain't realize I done caught up, but I'm literally right there next to them. And then all of a sudden, it's like I just put jets on, and then my feet just turn into like another extra 4 feet just come out, and then I'm just galloping just through this joint. Just wow. I think it's because I had my one of my legs was shorter than the other one, so the rotation it took for one leg to get down to the ground versus the other leg, I was I was getting it. Like I would have to step on my tippy toes just to keep myself balanced when I ran. I was literally that fast. But if I would have
Wow.
showed off in me, I probably would be in the Olympics. I think that's what everybody would say. But I'm going if I'm going to see if I can get in the Weed Olympics.
In the weed, there's a weed Olympics now?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if there is, but I mean I think it needs to be. Maybe I need to
Yeah, I'm there for it. Kind of
I need
like
to
the Special Olympics.
exactly. I don't know how we're gonna get it done, but I mean I
Michael
was
Phelps still gonna win though.
yeah, he can't compete, okay? He
Okay,
has
okay.
to commentate. He has to commentate all the events.
Okay.
He can't
But we have
participate.
to invite him at least. He has to
Oh
be
yeah,
the
he can come.
ambassador.
Yeah, he can come. He can light the first blunt of the first game. That's all you do is light the blunt and commentate. That's all you do.
He can light the big hookah, the big
Yeah,
shared
that's it.
hookah.
Exactly. And clear that money. There you go. And the games have begun. But I was watching this guy video on Instagram, him and another guy, they were talking about it. And it was like, you know, it'd be sweet if we was to do like a 4x4 relay with golf carts and smoking blunts. And I'm
Wait, but
like,
what are the four different modes? Because isn't a four by four different modes, like four different strokes or four different?
so a 4x4 is four different, like it's four people on the team,
Oh,
and
okay.
their main objective is to like pass the baton
Oh,
to the
this is
next
the running
person.
one. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So it's like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, that sounds sweet. Cause it's like all I'm doing is I'm just smoking. Like, how do you tell who win? Like when the blunt is gone?
Who can
Like, cause
smoke the fastest
then you
blunt?
got people who gonna cheat and gonna get those people who sour suck, which will smoke a whole blunt in one hit. And it's
Oh man, I've seen that. That's like amazing.
like nah, like like nah, you can't do that. You know what I mean? We got who can roll the fastest blunt. You know what I mean? That type of competition. Who can roll the fattest blunt? You know what I mean? Like all kinds of shit. Who can fill a fucking clean a fucking ball? You know what I mean? Who could take how many gravity balls could you take before you decide to pass the fuck out? Like, oh my
So
god.
kind of events that they do at my 4th of July in the small town where I used to live, where they had a pie eating contest and the three-legged race, and except that they're all cannabis related.
Exactly. Wow.
I'm here for it. I want to go.
Now that I think about it, it's gonna be real hard because I've got smoking down to a science and a time. So if it's me and my peoples, we come to the conclusion that it takes us about 20 to 30 minutes to smoke one full blunt.
Yeah.
That's one blunt. Now I be trying to tell them, I'm like, now imagine
Now is that a 1 gram blunt? Because like I got a friend who can really put them away.
So it really depends over here, cause
I
like
see.
me, I roll a .5, a nice .5 or a
Okay.
whole brand blunt. But then I know people who be rolling 3.5s
Yep,
in
that's a
one
big
blunt,
that's
and
a big ass fatty. That's a
I
fatty.
be like, yo, those what we call over here gorilla thumbs.
Mm.
My homeboy,
Gorilla thumbs. I like it.
yeah, he used to roll them nice and fat too. I'd be like, dang boy. He was like, Duke, I'm a boss. This is how the boss is supposed to smoke. And I'm like, I'm here for it, bro. I can't. You got it, bro. I'm not even gonna argue.
I
You're
love
right.
friends like that.
Absolutely right. I gotta smoke a nice fat one. I'm with you. So,
Well,
yeah.
I just loaded a big bowl and I'm gonna hop in the pool here and stand in the pool while I smoke a
Oh,
pipe.
see, look, go right on there. I need to get back into uh with everything I got going on. I got so much stuff going on. Woo! I
Oh
got
yeah?
this podcast starting tonight. Um, I gotta get into selling these teas. I gotta trying to be a wholesaler of tea through this company called Adagio. They do
Yeah.
tea, they do coffee, they do seasonings, and they also sell honey. Um, so they got a whole nice little jump where, and not only that, but you can also create your own blend of tea. And
Oh.
so I definitely want to get a blend of tea for Club Velvet.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and so I was thinking about some of the people that really, real deal follow me. I offered it to, this was, I would say, almost about a year. I thought about it, but at the time, I wasn't at the position that I am today to do so. So now that I'm in the position, it's like, well, let me just go ahead on and get it in. But I do want to offer it to uh people who want to, potentially make their own blend of tea and potentially profit off of it. And so, because I'm all about making money, and then anything out here is a money making opportunity. So some of it is building that wealth. And so I'm trying to put people to work, trying to help people make money. I'm just that's why I said I'm all over the place. And so I just need to take it one day at a time, and then everything's going to fall into place. And once it all falls into place, then it's going to make me put me where I need to be. And so I'm quite hopeful for everything. I'm excited, a little overjoyed, but yeah, but what I was saying was I have these pipes that somebody introduced to me from geniuspipe.com, and what these pipes do is like a bong, but it's a waterless bong, and so you could
Okay.
you could pack it up. I could take a picture and send it.
Yeah, because I'm confused.
She said, I am Confucian Duke.
A waterless bong seems to be an oxymoron, like a thing that doesn't exist. I mean, isn't water part of a bong?
It is part of the bong.
Like, if it's a waterless bong, isn't that called a pipe?
It is a pipe. It has. So once I put the picture in the chat, you'll really see.
Okay.
I can explain it to you
Okay.
as
That's because I'm a
what
dummy.
you're looking at. Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on. All right, there we go. Bam. All right, here we go. All right, so I just dropped the picture with that answer. So what you're looking at is called a genius pipe. Come on. So basically, what you do with the genius pipe is there's a area for you to insert your marijuana, and once you insert your marijuana, you can then proceed to light the said marijuana.
So that's the round part is the bowl, right? That's where
Yes,
you put your
ma'am.
marijuana. Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
I'm
So the now you see the black piece, the bottom of it.
yeah,
Well, the
on there's like the top part that's kind of just going vertical and there's the part at an angle. You're talking about the black part on this part that's just straight up and down, right?
yes, ma'am. So that part has golf ball like holes in it. And so what those golf ball type size holes do is it pulls the uh let's say impurities, which like tar and all that, like the resin and all that, it pulls that off, and then it also cools the smoke for when it hits your lungs. It's cool.
So you're
And it's a
smoking
very
cooler smoke,
cooler smoke and clean smoke.
cleaner smoke. Yeah.
Yes. And so I was introduced to these, and I'm like, I might need to get my own because they had at the time they had non-fungible tokens. This is when Bored Apes became really big,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
so
remember that.
yeah, and so they had a Bored Ape on one of theirs, and I'm like, oh shit, I got NFTs. I'm trying to get my NFT on the Genius Pipe. I got a podcast, so I reached out to him. It's like, hey, look, I got everything here. I talk about the product. Let's make some chicken happen. But nevertheless, uh, I didn't receive anything back from them. But that doesn't mean I can't reach out again and be like, hey, look, I'm trying to wholesale. What's up? Now I can
Yeah.
really wholesale, get a whole deal going, like the whole work. So it's so much. That's why I said I just got so much I'm consumed with doing. And it's like just I gotta just take it
Well, you got to
one
get off this app. You got to get off of this app and go do some stuff. I need to stop hanging you up. You got a list of shit to get done, sir.
Shoot. I'll be honest, this I'm trying to dedicate my weekends to podcasting more than
Mm.
I have. So Saturday, if I'm not working on Saturdays, um, Club Velvet will be. I mean, obviously, Club Velvet will be open, but also will be doing uh the other show that is going to be that's going to start today. So I really got a lot going on, and it's just getting better from there. Because like I feel like as long as I'm busy doing something, I don't have time to just be idle doing nothing.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
as long as I'm busy doing something, it keeps me from just sitting around. Like I mean, obviously I'm gonna play my Xbox and watch TV. Like that'd be like a later in the evening, later in the day type thing. But during
But
the
you
day,
also can't always be making your brain go at 100% or your body go at 100%. You got to have those times when you can just watch TV or play
yeah,
games where it's just kind
yeah,
of
just kind of
relaxed.
just exactly. And so I do. And so those would be kind of the downtime that I have. It's like, yeah, this is my downtime. At that moment, everything is closed. Well, not closed, but um, I ain't doing the work after a certain hour of the day, which gives me that time to kind of wind down. Because I really don't go to sleep until late anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm wired until I decide to pass out, and then I'm up again at whatever time I'm up at the next day. But you know, like I said, I stay busy as much as I possibly can, Not that that's always a good thing, but
So let me ask you a personal, professional, whatever question,
sure.
a life type question.
Hmm.
So, like me, I'm the kind of person I always like to learn new stuff. I know tons of trivia that's not worth anything to anybody, but it's kind of fascinating to me. I'm a total nerd that way.
Okay.
So I like to learn new stuff. I like to learn how to do stuff. I like to learn like no I like to try and share knowledge that people have already found, like try and find out what's happening with different types of things.
Hmm.
So I have some sources that I use for that. Some of them are online. Sometimes I just wander through the library or whatever. Do you ever seek out like to do new stuff, or do you have a way that you can like in a way kind of like sit like used to be when you had the newspaper, you couldn't just go from article to article to article, that you were like on a page. There might be some articles that maybe I wouldn't necessarily get delivered in my algorithm online, but it's sitting there right on the page next to the article I'm currently reading. Maybe I'm just going to go read that. So it's like something that I wouldn't have otherwise necessarily come across. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Do you have
Hmm.
anything like that?
Um.
Like where you come across kind of like new ideas or concepts or products, or besides just advertising, right? Obviously,
True.
advertising is
Advertising
pervasive, but
is everything. Yeah. I would say, yeah. At times, I'm always thinking of like different stuff, like different products, different things to do, and it's just I guess having the time to do all those things would be beneficial. One of the things that I want to do with my business is I want to open up a dispensary, and I got to find a building. I got to find the right building, the right location, name of the building, name of this, all these things. Who's my supplier? Like all those things I'm thinking about. But I also got to remember, I also have business partners, so I'm not in it by myself. So
right, that's the thing. Like most people forget that part of doing any adventure is dealing with other people,
yeah, and so
and
I
not
got
just doing the thing you love. Like let's just say, for example, running a nightclub just
right.
for shits and giggles, right? It's
Hmm.
like if you know how to run a nightclub, that's like awesome. But you also have to know how to deal with the customers, the vendors, the partners. Those are
Hmm.
all different skills,
That's true.
right? You could be the best nightclub runner ever. But if you don't have those other skills, like if you suck at making customers feel good, you're not going to have customers,
That's right.
at least not very long.
Absolutely. I mean,
So what do you think a challenge is that you have that you feel like you want to work on about working with partners? Like a thing that's like challenging for you to do when you have to work with partners,
um, I would say,
or that you
mm,
find challenging, however you want to look at that question.
okay, so I would say one of the things that I find challenging is the fact that I am a do it myselfer. You know what I mean? Like, if one of my business partners can't do what I need to get done, I'm gonna do it myself, which that eliminates a partnership, because if I don't trust my partner to do what is necessary to make sure that I mean, it's not like they don't have the same credentials as I have. You know what I mean? It's just making sure that everything is a okay. Because one of the things that I told one of my business partners, I do not want to be the type of person that is a micromanager of what you personally want to do. You know what I
Yep,
mean? And so
because you don't like to be
I don't,
micromanaged, right?
no, not at all. I don't want to be micromanaged. I want everyone to be able to have their own idea and bring it to the table.
Right.
So one of the things well, one of the things that me and my brother talked about, which is one of my business partners, we want to do like a luxury, like open up a luxury car rental place. And so I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. We could do that. But here's the steps that we need to go through to make sure that all those things are taken care of. I mean, like making sure that we have the money in the bank to cover the car note, the insurance, the maintenance. You know what I mean? And so if that's the thing, we got to have a business banking account. Why? Because the money has to go somewhere. And as
Right.
long as the money's going somewhere, things are being taken care of. If the money's not going in the right places, then we gonna fuck up. And one of the things I want to avoid is my books messed up. Now,
Yeah.
as we were saying earlier, one of the things that he had told me was, well, instead of us getting a business banking account, because we're gonna have to pay taxes on whatever we purchase, um, let's get a personal account and then just pay it through our personal account. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but nevertheless, that eliminates the money going into the business account and then going directly into our personal banking accounts. Because
Right.
I'm an employee. Yes, I'm a boss, but I'm also an employee at the same time. So I'm paying myself through my business like a normal employee. I'm just working.
Yeah, if you're a have you done a business before? Because I'm about to explain something that you probably already know, so I don't want to. I
So
don't
I'll
want
be
to treat
honest,
you
like
like you don't know what you're doing.
this is the first business I've legitly started. Like, and I'm down to hear any anything that can help me be a little bit, because knowledge is power. I don't know it all. I only know like certain things that I've watched on videos. I haven't really asked questions about certain things. It's just like, oh, well, I know I need to get this. I know I need to get this. Now I've got all these things. Now what's next? Getting customers. But if you
Right.
got that you want to share with me, please bring it through. And what up, Facts Porcupine Podcast? If you got any ideas to help a young brother with his, getting his business off the ground,
I
definitely.
I bet he does. I bet he does. I was just gonna say, so I have some glancing blows with having my own business, but I also have run books and done other businessy type things for all kinds of types of businesses.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I learned is like irs.gov is your friend for learning about things like the difference between a sole proprietorship and a and business partners or incorporating or doing a
Hmm.
limited liability because it explains it really simply and explains what the tax implications are. So
Hmm.
that's one piece of advice. The other thing is you shouldn't do any of these things alone. You know, you could get the list put together, but part of having partners is letting everybody do a part that they can do,
Hmm.
which that also means people have more buy-in for an idea if they have some say in making what the idea actually is.
Right, right, and that's valid. That's valid.
And that's just human psychology shit. That's stuff I'm not telling you stuff you don't know. I'm just reminding you of stuff that might be useful for this
Yeah, I,
situation.
and thank you for sharing. Because I had to. One of the things I had to really bring into perspective is the IRS website.
Yeah.
Because it has it literally has every phone that you ever need. And all
Yep.
and majority of the thing I do is just print it out, fill it out, send it, email it, print it
Yep.
out. Like, that's all it is. And so, um, me and my brother were talking about um Like just random stuff. Like, yo, what if we wanted to open up a club? We need fucking liquor license.
Yep.
The last thing you want to do is go buy a building and try to get a liquor license. It's like if we just go ahead, get the liquor license now, even if we don't have a building, by the time it comes around for us to, by the time we even get the building, guess what? We already got the license.
Right.
Ain't no stopping the show. We just keep on trucking.
Oh yeah, you can do things in parallel. It doesn't necessarily have to be done in one order or another, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Me
sure.
personally, I prefer to get the documentation done. Once the documentation done, shit, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. I'm going all out. I'm
Yeah.
going all out.
Oh, come on. Oh, I missed it.
What state are you in?
Virginia.
Cali, California.
You're the gentleman that's talking about opening up a business.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, Fax. I'm sorry, didn't see you come up. How you doing
No
today,
big deal.
man?
He's in Virginia.
Yeah.
And what kind of business you want to get into?
I'll be honest. I want to get in everything, any and everything that I could possibly get into. Let me give you a prime example. If I could get my brand to be in NASCAR, I want to get in NASCAR. If I could get into real estate, I want to get into real estate.
What is
I
your brand?
want.
What does your brand represent? The service you offer. What do you have?
Well, right now I'm trying to build it up as we speak. So the only service that I currently offer right now is selling T-shirts and probably advertisement through the
All right, so
podcast.
basically, you have an apparel brand. You know why I'm a podcaster, right?
Yeah, I know.
Lost lost a lot of goddamn money. Owe taxes. I'm in New York. Every time legislation changes, the business, things change. So you sound young. You sound like you have a lot of time that you can create a business. And I used to train businesses. That's why I lost a lot of money. I'm no you don't want my tax issue and shit. There's some, it's going to be a rude awakening. In my podcast, when I hit 10,000 downloads, I'll probably stop because then by that time I'll get back. I'm burnt out as a CEO and a CFO. So here's what I would tell you. You're in Virginia. Don't even try because the businesses around here in New York, they open up these places. They can't get liquor license. That's one of the lifebloods of a restaurant and of an eatery. So with that being said, the IRS has made it so easy. We just did a tax form on the podcast. I got a lot of stuff. I did over 450 shows or something like just by do my adrenaline. We do have a business platform that we're going to start on a podcast because the first business conversation when I put construction, I had 300 downloads for that one episode. It was like crazy. I didn't go back to that, but I'm gonna go back to that. A lot of young blacks, and we'll break it down to that. They don't get the upfront information. And like when I started my company, I'm the first African American to do this. I'm the first African American to do that. Giuliani, which you all know, met
Hmm.
met my mother.
Okay.
I won the New York City Emerging Business Award because we read an article one day that it says get in their face. Like you just can't be laying back. And the affirmative action program that they run in the city of New York is bullshit. That's why they got a lot of people. White females get more contracts than us, and it was supposed to be our program to get a leg up. But in your case, starting out. You said your brand. We brought a young lady. She had a brand. She met me at a festival. I said, "Come on, start your brand." She was selling stuff, but when it came down to us, once you came on the show, we I'm not going to let my audience be fooled, be funneled. What do you do? What's your brand? Do you product? Do you make your product? Do you are you secondhand selling your product? Blah blah blah. All of that we hit her with. She came off. She called me back. She said the show was great. She got calls off that show from her, and she was telling me, "Well, can I change that?" I said, "Miss, you're getting on my damn nerves. I'm about to take your show down. You didn't sign a release, but she got it." When people say they want to promote their brand, your brand has to have something that you are the experts at.
Right.
You rely on people, but we do construction. We're painters. So if I'm doing a job and I got a $174,000 contract, and I know that I need 6 men for 10 days straight, blah, 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 I can't have nobody not showing up. So I never took a contract that if your black ass didn't show up, that I couldn't complete. I'll give you the website. The website is www. I got to check it to see if it's still up. RS Paint. I'll put it in the chat. So you got a lot of resources, but a lot of states have different ways of handling small business.
Mm-hmm.
I was a sole proprietor when I started, so I bared the risk because you want the tax break. Then we went to S Corp. You have to have QuickBooks. We use QuickBooks. I used to pay a retainage for $5,000 a year for an accountant, only if I knew what I know now. So I believe this, and I was a liaison to the city because I was a son of a bitch. I was proud. I was pushing, but we lost. I'm just licking my wounds. I'm a little tired. I may not be voting the way most people think black people are going to vote because I'm looking at the issues that matter to me. If I'm in construction, and I can't get a construction bid because of X, Y, Z or policy that matters. So in your case, you need to protect your wealth
Right.
because if you go into any certain businesses have liabilities. If you're going to bid, we bid it to the government. We wanted to paint airports. We wanted to paint prisons, which we did. All the
Mm-hmm.
paperwork, all the documentation. I would come home 8:30 at night, got to be back up at 5, dropped everybody off of work, but I got to do some proposals. That shit will wear you out. And you got to have a succession. Unless you go, you know what you're going to go? Hey, I'm going to start this business. The first 20 years, we're going to push it and see what it is. If we do well, fine. In our case, I'm an all-in-one guy. Like, we do spraying. We do a lot of shit. I got a lot of equipment. I got to pay for a store. It's a ton of stuff. So I
Right.
always told people, especially women, and I always tell all the women, white, black, and I was a lobbyist. I didn't even know I was a lobbyist. I wasn't getting paid. I just go up to the Capitol and just bitch about us not getting contracts, and they don't like that. But while I was bitching, everybody was walking in, and they didn't have to blemish their company or their reputation. So in your case, you said you have a brand, so you're no different than you're an artist. You're like the guy above me. He makes a lot of money. He's an artist. His work is incredible, and he just goes to 40 work. He sells his t-shirts untaxed. You know that, but you got to file something because one day you're going to want Social Security. So if you got a brand, you make the t-shirts, the hats. You got all of that. That's great. If you're taking revenue over the internet. Zelle with all that. That's all. Everybody think, Cash App and all that. They send you statements, So you got to know what you're going to do when you say, I said construction. So we pull down every goddamn obligation, requirement, you name it. And it tells you in your bid documents, it tells you how you're going to get paid, when you're going to get paid and all that. We needed to know that. And a lot of blacks, I started in 1993 with the company. My mother didn't like it because I was already an electrician. I took the plunge and I rolled the dice and we made history, but shit, I'm broke as a doorknob. Then I had a baby at a later age. So your business is going to dictate your lifestyle. A lot of black brothers, a lot of others, and I can only speak from the black perspective if I see it. You got a business. It ain't you know how we are. The black dollar can be the hardest dollar to get because you know
Yeah.
how it is. My brother has a food corp called Johnny Roof Smokehouse Kitchen. They're growing too fast, but everybody that walk up that look like us, how you made your chicken? Man, you ain't going to go in a restaurant and talk all that shit. So get ready for the wonderful success of being in the business. But you are ultimately, no matter whether you had the accountant doing your books or you had somebody else helping you out with your marketing, your ass is responsible. So don't go, I allocated the work and it didn't get done. So your client says, wait a minute, we didn't allocate, we hired you. So whatever you got to do on your back end, you got to be ready for that. Partners. You get a partner, y'all better have an agreement. You better have the same sweat equity. You know what they call that, sweat equity, because you're gonna be, my company owed me $500,000 because I never took a salary. It paid for the vacations, it paid for we used to put on events because we couldn't get money under the table. So we would host this Christmas event that turned, if I don't know what I know now with this, it's incredible. So I'm just licking my wounds right now. I'm taking a break, but you have youth on your hands. You're not afraid to ask the question. She's giving you good advice. And the IRS website is really good because I got to go on and do 941s, NYTs. When you get employees, shit change. A lot of people doing 1099s to people. And I think there's some kind of stuff coming down in Congress because there's a lot. You got immigration. Everybody's doing brands. You can pound them on the internet, on Instagram. You could go to these street fairs, have your shirts. I paid $30 for a shirt yesterday. They sold almost 300 or more. It was a 30th anniversary, so they popped up the shirts and they were going like hotcakes yesterday. It was a big African thing I put on the Instagram. It was incredible. All artists, everything. So that's your end. But the goal, what I'm getting at is how much and how committed are you? Because that shit comes.
You know what? I I'm not sure what happened to your audio, brother. You are on to something there. And that's one thing. One thing about Club Velvet I love the most is when you ask the right question, you get the right answer. Even if you don't know, you'll figure it out. I want to say hello to Queen Bella Forever. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you received my message on Discord. Um, we just got to sit down and talk about what type of cups you're looking for. And yes, what else? Um, yeah, man, I'm trying to get it. And I got this podcast. I got another podcast I'm starting today. Um, I got my store and my business itself, which I may need to change what type of, which I can, what type of business it is, but I I figure that thing out. And yeah, um, I'm yeah, I am building my own brand. But if there's anybody who wants to get T-shirts made, my man said somebody paid $30. He paid $30 for a T-shirt. Gee whiz, you could have came to me and got two for that price. Shucks, buy one, get one half off. You spent $36 just for two shirts. I mean, granted, that's you also got to pay shipping and handling, which is $10. But I mean, two shirts for the price of one, that ain't bad. And so, um, I'm gonna keep that on my website. I need to post that more. Um, I just need to be more vigilant, honestly. And I do need to kind of get some. Need to get
So
my
so
social media.
how many shirts do you need to sell a month to like essentially break even for the investment you had to put in and the time? Do you know that?
I would say 100 shirts
Okay, so you got to sell 100 shirts to make
to
up
make.
for what it takes to sell 100 shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to sell more than that to make profit, right?
Exactly. So
For me,
the
I would be overwhelmed by doing what you're trying to do, get something started like that. So I would break it down into smaller things. Like, so if I'm trying to gain audience and I want to have 100 more people by the end of September, then I look at how many days there are between now and September, the end of September, and I divide by 100, and that's how many a day I have to get in order to get to my goal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Well,
write everything down.
Yeah,
I
it
also
makes it more
also
concrete, you know?
true. I also sell more than just T-shirts, and
What?
so
Let's stop that for a minute. Wait a minute. I am a customer, and I'm going to tell you another secret. But I'm a customer, and I just entered into your store. How you doing, sir? What's your name anyway? How do you say your Duke, right?
yes, sir, Duke
That's my
James.
cousin. My cousin is Duke, and he a big ass dude. I don't nobody bother him. He won bodybuilding stuff, and all he want to do is pick up buildings. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to enter into a store called Duke's. Now, we don't know what's in there. Let me ask Duke. Duke, what are you selling? What can we look for? Where's the most? reasonable price range. Do you have anything on sale? And yeah, what do you have for me, brother?
So first and foremost, I got t-shirts, I have hoodies, I
Hmm.
have a combination of hoodies with bottoms as well. So if you want to get a top and bottom set, you can get a whole top and bottom set.
Shorts and long pants, sir?
I do long pants. I also do shorts. I also do tank tops as well. I have men and
Okay.
women tank tops.
All right.
Um,
And your textile product for those particular items would be cotton or would it be polyester cotton?
it'll be polyester cotton or just straight cotton.
Okay, fine. Okay, what else do you have to offer? You have socks, shoes, sneakers? What else you got for me?
Just
Dongs,
as of
panties?
right now, just as of right now, I just have a very select, just very a very small selection of just tops, bottoms. I also offer youth clothing as well. Um,
Excuse me, you
I
said youth clothing? You're doing children's clothing?
Yes, sir.
A small little niche. I don't know if you know that.
It is not too many people out here doing it, and
Well,
so
if you could come up with children's clothing for golf, you probably would make a killer. There was somebody trying to do that because there was only a few companies. So what I got out of that is we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got hats. No,
no hats at the present moment, not
no
just yet.
problem. So we just basically your apparel. You got a. It sounds like you had 6 items. No.
You would think so, but if you go to the store, I got about 12.
All right. So you got. So wait a minute. You already got an online store.
Yeah, already.
All
Online
right. So
store has been established a good bit ago.
how long have you been in business? Because I want to put in an order for 27 hoodies for the basketball team, and I want to see if you can match the shorts with that. So, what is your turnaround for orders, and Can you handle the capacity like that?
I can definitely handle the capacity like that. I think the turnover rate would be no more than a week,
So we need our game is on the 15th, and that gives us about 11 days. You can deliver in 11 days.
11 days. Yes, sir.
Would you put that on your proposal just in case if we fell short and we can get we have liability to lose if you don't come through with the order?
And if I gotta personally deliver it myself on my bicycle,
That's
bro, I'm
not
gonna
what I asked you, sir. We want to buy 27 hoodies with the shorts, and we want to make sure that if, in fact, we give you this order and we give you a down payment, you will honor your order. And if you don't make that delivery date and we don't have nothing to play in, would you be willing to put your reputation and your money on the line? Because we don't really worry about how much you're going to charge us, but if we give you a substantial order, say like that, the 2 sets hoodie and shorts come out to 157 per unit. We want to make sure that we have something to play with, and the reason why I'm doing that to you because that's what happened to our basketball team.
okay. So you
You
need
start
hoodies and
saying that you can
shorts. That's
deliver
all you need.
things. Yeah,
Hoodies and
well,
shorts.
yeah, we're doing this as a test run to check your and I know Raven, is that Maven? Is that how you say your name, Princess?
Maven, yes,
Ma'am?
Maven,
Maven.
yes.
Yeah, so we want to make that purchase. We want to you're our first time that we're reaching out to you, so we're a little worried, and we want to have a legal guarantee that you will deliver, no matter whether you get 36 chipmunks to do it. We don't care. That's your problem.
Fair enough. I'm gonna be
That's how
honest.
they talk to us.
I
So
know.
when I go to the meetings, I'm the only black contractor in there. My last name is Sweeney. They think I'm Irish. And they're like, Frankie, I don't give a shit. We need it done by Friday. If you don't do it, we're going to get somebody else and we're going to back charge you and want our money back. Are you ready for that kind of stuff?
Gee whiz. I guess I have no other choice but to be.
You're in
I
that
mean,
little
I'm running one
cute.
machine. I'm
Yeah.
running one machine right now. So shucks. At
Stay
the end
in
of the
one machine
day,
capacity then and
those
build up the inventory. But
true.
if you take on an order, and then you know what you got to do. There's a lot of people out here in Brooklyn. There's a place called Seed Brooklyn. You should look them up. SEED Brooklyn. All the top black designers, all the Europe, they go to his store. Seed Brooklyn. They got everything in there. When they have a sale, everything sells out. So the game for you, and then the organization I went for yesterday was Mashu. That was the They come from Guinea, like far African. They have dashiki. They got everything. One thing I touched was $565. So if you build your brand, yeah, you see what I think and what I notice with a lot of people. I got this young lady called Black by Design. Every time she sees me at a street fair, she give me a shirt, she give me a hat. She says she's building her brand on a she's a businesswoman. It's like, hey Rez, take that. So what you think I'm doing? I'm rocking a damn hat. A $15 hat or whatever she gave me.
Mhm.
Yo, who the hell is that, Rez? I said, that's not my brand. That's the young lady's brand. So,
Right.
if you already got an online store, you're not that naive to know about business. I think the reason why we got in trouble, because when you hire accountants and they charge you all this money, but if you got a tax issue, they don't want to handle that shit. And,
Yeah.
we deal with money where that if somebody, here's one thing we could teach them, Maven. When you get an order like the one that I'm putting in for request,
Hmm.
how do you make sure? See, when you got the online stores, if they want what they want, they put the credit card, you get the money.
Right.
But certain people, if they pay you for the whole order up front
Right.
and you don't deliver, that's when you start to find pitfalls coming. So you have to be careful with that. So if you got the online store, you're making some money. You don't pay for it. I guess you pay like whatever it is to keep it up. Because my friend Ralph, he built an online store, and we're going to do that with us because we want to sell shirts and stuff one day. I don't know, but I'm looking to do not. I want to do some a lot more than just be on a platform like this. So with that being said, you've already got your online store.
Hmm.
Whatever comes in, you got to pay, your portion of the tax because it's called sales tax. You are under the sales tax thing. You don't have any employees. You don't need for NYS 45. You don't need 941s. You are a sales tax vendor because you make sales. You're not going and performing any work. You're selling stuff. So you gotta it's a sales tax. So you gotta know what your sales tax in your state is what our stupid asses was doing. Certain construction jobs, they may not get public funds. So if they
Uh-huh.
get public funds, we don't charge them taxes. But when they didn't get public funds, we were supposed to charge the sales tax on all the materials not tax free. So if you're buying all this material on this job and that ain't a tax exempt job and you ain't charging that on that price, you eat that. That shit happened to us a
Yeah,
couple.
Yeah.
right. Like, so you buy the shirts from somebody so that you can screen them or make put the design or whatever on
That's a
them.
write
That
off.
Mm-hmm.
if you have a vendor's license, you don't have to pay the sales tax, and when you sell it, you have to collect sales tax
That's what
Yeah.
it is,
from
and that's
people
what
you
you
sell it to.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and one last thing to her point. Some states ask for that money quarterly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I am when I went to fill out, which is here in Virginia, it's called a reseller's license or
Yeah.
certificate. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I filled out for that, got that in, and so I think for Virginia, it's at the end of every month, I believe, or maybe annually or quarterly that I have to pay.
I don't
The,
even want to tell you the taxes that they're going to be. I got a bill one time for 400,000 or some shit. So I asked them, how much should I pay? So you got to stay on top of the shit. You should have QuickBooks, right, Maven? He should have some type
Yeah,
of
for
financial
sure.
software. The QuickBooks is the cheapest thing in town. It
Here's
does.
the other thing. I don't know if they have this in New York. They have them in California and I think some other states. They call it SCORE here. And what it
We
basically
have
is,
scored a retired
yeah,
business
the
owners.
retired
Some of them are
executives.
so full of shit because they could be jealous of you when
Oh,
they
they
didn't.
are. Some of them are, but
All right, so I'm glad I
it's a
said that.
resource at least looking into.
Oh no, no, no! Listen to me. The immigration and all this migrate, they sell stuff. The Africans, they sell stuff. They
Right.
just changed the law. They raised the law to, I didn't know half the shit. I'm actually filing my personal tax. I was just burnt out. So when I went to this organization, I'm looking at everything on the wall. They did the taxes for free, but they didn't want to do the corporate tax. But they did one. I got to check stuff. And one accountant said, "Listen, give me $25,000. We can work all this out." Like, but why would I give you $25,000 if I owe them money? Why don't they just pay them the fucking money? But
Right.
that's another thing. SCORE is good. That's a federal program. You should get 8A certified. But what he's doing, he doesn't want to be too exposed. You get what I'm saying? It's an
Mm-hmm.
online store. When you can go out, these guys are
Stay
making
low key.
they're making a killing.
Mm-hmm.
selling stuff at fairs. They got their t-shirts. This girl,
Mm-hmm.
man, I got a ton of stuff. You know, one thing with me is when I started my company, Duke, there was nobody like us, me and her to talk to. Because I came in doing something totally different. And I was like, yo, who this dude? You know, it's like the same shit with the podcast. Please. I mean, you know, I don't like people that hide behind their podcast without giving their names and all that bullshit because you're not authentic to me. That's just me. Because you want to know, like you see under Podbean when you go on to the live thing, you see all them other shows. They give their full description, they give their full brand. It's always good to go onto some of their shows because you learn. But you got an online store. I just met a mom, I swear to God, today, and it may be on my live. She brought her little baby. I remember the baby. She's e-commerce, is what this Chinese girl told me. But she didn't want to really talk. I'll catch her ass next week, and we're gonna find out what kind of e-commerce you do because they know. You know, some people with Amazon, from what I'm hearing, you could buy a product for $5 and then sell it on your site for $7, not whatever. I don't know. But stay true to your brand. She was going around saying, "Oh, my brand. Everybody's into this brand shit, but your brand better have some quality behind it.
Uh-huh.
You do you warranty your product? Do you produce?" Now, this girl came out. Her thing was face shields. Okay, I don't know shit. I'm bringing you on the shows. Talk about your shields. So once she stayed at those, thing, and I had to help her along. Do you create the shield that you're selling? No. Do you resell? Yes. Do you? So what she'll get is she'll get the plastic shield and make it into her, do her artwork and everything on that. But then when I went like this to her, I said, "So is it shatterproof? Can it crack my guy?" Because what I was saying that to her, she probably got a little upset, but no. She called me back and I said, "Listen, you got people talking on my platform. And I'd be a damn fool if I'm hosting somebody on without asking these technical questions.
Yeah.
You're buying the shield from maybe the Chinese or whoever you're getting it from. Did you read their warranty and you got to be able to talk about the product that somebody's going to put on their face. That was when the pandemic, everybody came out with these shields and all this bullshit.
Right.
And then she
Right.
had some other stuff that she did herself. So we try to split it up to help her in a sense that you going around saying you got a brand. And that's great. You got to be able to stand by your product and market your product as if you was buying it. That's just my opinion.
That's true.
I'm not an expert in this shit.
You ain't saying nothing but the truth.
And then you're
And
in another state and you gotta follow your state law. And then you're selling across state lines. So you got to make sure you charging sales tax Maven? No?
Oh yeah, for sure. Back in the old Wild West days of the internet, it used to be you didn't have to do sales tax on out of state sales, but that
Every state
ended.
wants shit. They want their money.
Yeah, they want their cut. Yep.
And you need to know, Duke, every state that logs down
uh-huh.
your sale your platform of purchasing should automatically click in that state sales tax. That's when you
Right.
start talking about money. All right.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm gonna pop off because I'm trying to. What time is it? 7. So I usually go on later on. We're definitely gonna do a business thing. You got safety requirements. So if you got one machine and you got somebody doing their thing, um this is the time, like when we hit it, we grew too damn fast, like we wanted $1 million contracts, and boy, a lot of responsibility to come with that shit. And they didn't like my ass because I was black and I was pushing the needle. But I meant I was such a pain in the ass with my state, but in a good way, because
Right.
I'm not in most. I just listen and I learn, and you gotta have business ethic. If somebody says that your product, they bought something, shit came all damaged with rain and all that, then you want a refund. You send me back at your expense the shit that you purchased from me, and I'll refund that. You gotta be in that position because that's how you build client. Yo, and you don't make it a habit because I don't know why women can wear panties and shirts and dresses and don't take the tag off and bring it back to Macy's the next day, the big department store. Ain't no way. They stopped that shit. People would wear the suit, keep the tag on, iron it up, bring it back and say, "Hey, I don't want it." No good. So you better be ready to stand by your product. You better make sure that you're an ethical, honest business guy. You better make sure that you are ultimately responsible and understand that. You can open up multiple businesses and go from there to there, but that shit eventually catches up to people.
That's true. And I definitely appreciate you sharing that information with me. Definitely. 'Cause I need it.
Don't
Yeah,
And
worry, you get a
that's
bill. You
some
gonna go
really
to your
great
bill, we're gonna send you a
information.
bill. We're gonna send him a bill. No money joking. Money joking.
Yeah, no,
You know
yeah,
what?
but this is helping each other. This is what we all got to do. We got to share what we know when we can, you know?
You know
but
how you,
that's right.
you know
Facts.
how
If
you
you
make this
wanted to go
happen.
and check out my website, you want to go check out what we doing over here at World Shop by Duke James.
The one thing I would say about the order that Fax was placing
Mm-hmm.
is I just from my own personal experience is I always tell the client, "Hey, I probably can. Let me just go crunch the numbers and make sure that I can say yes to this."
True.
Young
Because that
man,
gives you then a way to back out in case you can't meet that capacity or whatever. But it's early enough, and you're telling the person that you're being diligent about the request.
you have to have listen to this, because this shit happened to us. You, if you're buying t-shirts and you can look, and I just came from a t-shirt shop. You got an online thing that do broadering and all that, knocking these numbers down. But you guys are custom artists. This is custom. People put a little twist on. A lot of women sell shit. Oh my God. And they got it going on. One girl had a little something. You may rub it on you and you smoke a little, boy, you ready for love. I'm like, baby, how many times you tried it? Don't say what you got and you ain't tried your product, or you can stand by your shirt. But what I was gonna say, your inventory and what it takes. If you really want to cover your ass, if you sit down and you get a shirt, that shirt costs you $7. Then you
Mm-hmm.
sit down for an hour and a half with whether you're doing, screen, whatever you're doing, that takes you another 20 minutes. What's your time worth? Packaging it up, getting it ready to be shipped out. Before you know it, you got a $56 shirt or something, and you can't cheat because you have fixed items. You're not like us. Like we go and we buy the paint. So we know that's a fixed cost. We know we got to buy rolling tape. We know that's a fixed cost. When we've been doing a lot of shit, given, to win the bid, we take something off. But all in all, with you guys with the t-shirts and everything like that, you have a better chance of being successful because you can watch your margin and you know your margin. So you can't. If you want to start out and build that brand, and if it costs you to make a shirt $21, they're paying for shipping. How much do you want to make off of a shirt? And I'm on my sister's ass, and I'm like, see, it's easy for somebody who lost a lot of money to tell people not the pitfalls. But that's just how you got to see it. And she's right. You got to know what it's costing you, and you either double it or you know what I'm saying?
I get.
And obviously, have you been selling anything online?
I sold when I first started my store. I sold items to uh, get everything situated, like my prices and stuff like that. So early on, I had people order um, just to kind of try me out. And what the problem, what happened was, I went to England at the time of me starting, and so now it's about building it back up again.
How
So
long have you been in business? How long you had your store?
I had my store for about, I think I started this store in November, I
Of what?
believe.
2024? No,
Yes.
no, 2023, sir.
Yeah, 23. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, so now the other question too. Now we said something earlier, and I think Maven's heard that. How committed are you? You could have still went to England and had this shit still going, but guess what? Did you run out of product, or you didn't have an? You know what I'm saying? So don't play with the clientele because you didn't probably get them back.
So what happened for me was, I did not have my equipment with me. I was over there for about 5 months.
So you missed the question. The question was, when you left for England, did you have 250 shirts in large, 260 shirts? Well, you know what I mean? If you stacked up the inventory and you knew that all of that inventory was going to bring you about $10,000, $12,000, it sold out, then you should have been able, and I know it won't happen again, you should have popped up saying, hey, unfortunately, this product is out. It's like, it's not like stall them, you're not losing them. I don't know. Can you think, am I wrong on that, Ray?
No. I'm gonna be honest. I definitely let people know that the store was closing for a little while, so it wasn't like people can just place orders. It,
Well,
it was,
all
yeah,
right.
it was, yeah,
Well,
it was.
to get them back, you should have sent them out a free little wristband or something. Say, hey, we're back. We appreciate your set. Those are all the things. It's easy for me to tell that shit. But anyway, hope
No,
I
I
help.
mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the individuals who, majority of them are pretty much here on the podcast. Like majority of them was like, "Well, dude, you ready? Yeah, bro, I'm ready to go. I got everything I need." Like, one like Ralph Williams, he definitely have come to me a few times about getting some T-shirts done, sent me some designs, and so he like, "Well, dude, when I'm ready to, well, when you ready, I'm ready." Like I already laid it out. I got a decent deal, decent product, decent pricing. Like when you say you brought a shirt for $30, like that kind of hurt me a little bit when people like, yeah, bro, I spent $30 for the shirt. It's like, you get a shirt for me for $24.
Are you
And
making any money?
huh?
Are you making any money off of that shirt?
Yes. So basically my
What do you
profit
consider making money? That was our big problem as black contractors. We always gave in. We always gave in. No, somebody just called me. Yo, we need you to paint my house. I said, okay, get somebody else. Call somebody for another price. She said, Reginald, we're buying the pants. Let me tell you something right now. And I just painted my brother's goddamn mansion, whatever the shit it was. And I
uh-huh.
gave him a blockbuster price. Now I got to make monthly to get paid. No, hell no. Hell no. Did if you figure out, and what we did too, we started checking out competitors. And wait a minute, we charging to paint one door back and front in the frame. We're charging $45.95. This fucking guy's charging $82.62 because we got to do two coats. You divide the two coats into two. No, that means if I'm charging that price, we all bid it on the same contract. The same thing with the clothing line. We all bid it. He had 185 doors to paint. We said, how many doors can a guy paint a day?
Right.
I know I can paint 12. I know the worker ain't gonna paint 12. So I said 7 doors a day times whatever number divided by that number. God damn it, if we can't make no money, then we ain't gonna make no money. So so in your case, some of your sales could be that one time. That client may not come back. So you got to get the bang for the buck. You know,
Yeah.
selling
Yeah.
it, you know what I'm saying? Find out what your work, look at other people, because the markup on cotton and everything, and you can look at the consumer price index. That's a little taking it too far to see how much the raw materials went up in the last 7 months. That's how we dictated. We couldn't get a raise from the state of New York unless we checked the consumer price index. If it didn't go up, we didn't get a raise. That's the same thing with you. All right, I'm gonna go off because I gotta cut onions and do my thing, and I gotta get my mind ready. Every time I go on people's show, and I gotta do my show later, I forget all the shit I want to do.
Hey man, you always welcome to come here, drop some type of knowledge before and after. I just want to say thank you all for coming. Thank you all for dropping some knowledge on this brain. I mean, shucks, anything is better than nothing. You know what
We
I
want to
mean?
see you do well, man, but we want you to be an honest businessman. I
Yes,
don't
man.
fuck with nobody that can't display ethics. Then I know some friends that almost went to jail, and I know some people that got arrested for doing what we did, and they always say, "Yo, Sweeney, how you doing that shit?" Because I'm not cheating.
Yeah.
If they tell me to paint if they tell me to paint a painter $62 an hour, that's
Uh huh.
exactly what I'm paying. I can bitch and moan all I want. I just got to make his ass do $62 worth of work.
Yep.
Stay well, man. And my show tonight it's gonna be like an open conversation.
Okay.
All you black people going to vote for the Republican Party, and I want to know why. So we're gonna have and you got Kamala. So I'm not waiting till November. I've been on a couple of podcasts. I'm hearing people talk. I know when there's white. I know when somebody put in my chat, "What do you think of Camilla?" And I said, so I went to the facts, and we did a conversation. I said, is somebody asking us a question because we're black, or they're asking for a real sensible dialogue? And then I went like this: I want to know what white people think of black people. Plain and simple, cut it raw, say whatever the hell you got to say. You're gonna in the chat, you're gonna say that after my comments, blah blah blah. I hold no malice, I hold no far hard feelings, blah blah blah. But I dare you, because I know half of them won't say the truth, but they'll say shit behind closed doors. Six walls of truth is the room that you stay in. That has all your secrets. When you fart, when you pick your nose, how you do your hair, how you shave your pubic hairs. So don't come with the bullshit. Have so much harmful things to say about people and don't back up your words. We got an election coming. It may not matter to a lot of people, but I know one goddamn thing. Have you asked why you're voting? Is there anything you would like? If you've seen the same shit for the last 10 years, what would be your vote? So we want to try to shake up the airways. I'll talk to y'all later, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
for contributing. What a great
And
contribution
you've
you
always
gave
been
today.
good.
Podcast.
You make
Thank
yourself
you.
available to people, and that's very nice of yourself too.